does consciousness, pure consciousness, the Atman, does it do anything at all? Like, for example, giving directions. So is there a little guy sitting up there, which is called consciousness, which is controlling everything here? Or is consciousness just the witness? The chariot analogy, that comes from the Katha Upanishad. In the Upanishad, senses are not the chariot. The body is the chariot. The body is the chariot. And the senses are the horses. The horses are running along the lanes on the road. And the lanes on the road are the 5 sense objects. Form for the eyes, sound for the ear, taste for the tongue, smell for the nose, touch, hard, soft, warm, cold for the tactile sense. So these are the horses, and the objects are the road on which they run. How do you control the horses? With the reins. The reins are the mind. So all the horses, all the senses report to the mind, and the mind controls them. See that, hear that, focus on this, taste that. And when the mind gives these commands, the eyes go there, the ears pay attention, the tongue goes and tastes that, all of that. All the senses obey the mind, and the information they gather from the world outside, they dump into the mind. So the mind is like the reins. And then there is the driver, the charioteer. And the charioteer is the Buddhi, intellect. It's not consciousness. It's the intellect. The intellect drives the chariot. Where to go, speed, all of that, everything is done by the charioteer. What about the passenger? That's you. That's the real you. That's consciousness, Atman, witness consciousness. Now, our problem is we think we are the whole chariot. We are the body and the senses and the mind and intellect and consciousness. If you insist, yes, I'm conscious too. But Vedanta tells you you're consciousness and consciousness alone. The rest of it, the intellect and the mind and the senses and the body, they're all supplied by nature. So the body, the senses, the mind, the intellect, they all belong to nature. And they'll take you where you're supposed to go. Then what do we need to do to reach our goal, which is enlightenment? We need, first of all, the senses to be under control, to be trained. Senses have their autonomous intelligence. We can train our mind, our eyes, our ears, our tongue to taste and see and hear that which is beneficial and develop a liking for that which is beneficial. Unless we train them, they'll go along instinctive paths or past programming. And then it might not take us where we want to go. So training of the senses, number 1. Second, the mind. What is the training for the mind? It's called mindfulness. Mindfulness. Attention. Make the mind mindful, aware of what we are doing, thinking. What about the charioteer? What training is there for the charioteer? The Buddhi, the intellect. What we are doing in Vedanta, we are training the intellect, the driver. The driver must have the right coordinates. Otherwise, the driver won't take you to the right place. And then only you, the passenger, you will reach your goal, which is enlightenment. The actual controlling of the vehicle is done by the intellect, not by consciousness. But it is done for the sake of consciousness, in the presence of consciousness. For the sake of the Atman, in the presence of the Atman. It's done for you. It's entirely possible for the Buddhi, the intellect, to drive the car by itself. But it's done for you, in your presence. Very ancient philosophy. This is called Sankhya. There are 2 ultimate realities in this universe. Consciousness, that's you. And everything else. Material nature, the whole universe. Consciousness, for whatever reason, wishes to experience the universe. And the universe, material nature, will provide it with experiences. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. From the most terrible to the most sublime. All kinds of experiences. From hells to heavens. Everything will be provided by nature to you. Lifetime after lifetime. Until you are tired of it. Until you have learned and you are fulfilled. And you want release. Moksha. Much more ancient word is Apavarga. Release, the final release. That too, nature will provide. When you want that, you will find the mind gets equipped with detachment, yearning for self-realization, You end up listening to Vedanta talks on YouTube instead of pop music, watching the game on TV or something like that. What has happened? Nature is providing you with those elements needed for spiritual realization. Nature acts for the sake of consciousness in the presence of consciousness. The lame man and the blind man. The blind man can walk but can't see where he's going. And the lame man cannot walk but can see where he is going. So the blind man takes the lame man on his shoulder and they go together. Together. It's a consciousness and matter. Spirit and matter together. Spirit by itself is ineffective without the material nature. Material nature by itself is blind without the spirit. This is Sankhya philosophy. What Advaita does is it takes one step more. It says that this material nature is also nothing other than you, the consciousness. What appears as material nature to you is you. It's non-dual.